Hi there and welcome to my new YouTube channel, HomeEdUK. I wanted to come on and introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan and I am a mum to three brilliant kids. My daughter is 12 and my two boys are 8 and 6. I wanted to come on and just let you know what my aims for this channel are, why I've set it up and what I plan to share. So we get lots of questions from friends and family who are really intrigued in home ed, how it works for us and what we get up to, and I thought this would be a really fun way to share that. So that's sort of the goal, the aim behind it. So with that in mind, if you are just really curious about home ed, what it entails, how you go about it, maybe you've always thought about trying it but not sure quite how to get started, or whether you're deep in the trenches of home ed and looking for new ideas, a different perspective, I would love you to come along and follow along with us on our daily life. I've been thinking of trying something out like this for a while now, and one of the biggest reasons for that was when I was considering home ed for my three children, there was a lot of questions I had that I couldn't find answers for, specifically on YouTube, and I'm hoping to fill that gap with lots of good information about home ed. One of the biggest questions I had was, how much is this going to cost? As a family living on one income, money is always a big factor in our decision making. So I really needed to know what we needed to budget for home education and to make sure our children got a really solid education with the budget that we were on. So that was quite scary to leap into home ed without really having that question answered. And so I'd love to be a space that offers some really transparent information on the cost of home ed. And with that being said, my first blog, which is over on my website, is about exactly that, how much it costs us to home educate three children in the UK. And that is with real figures, real broad variety of activities and curriculum and all sorts. So hopefully that can give you a good idea of how much it would cost your family. Obviously that is how we home educate, and it doesn't mean you have to do it the same way, but that is just a realistic idea of how much it could cost you. I also hope to release a video on the same subject. I personally prefer to listen along while I'm sort of doing housework or cooking or something. And so if you're the same as me, it's nice to have that option that the blog will be on my YouTube channel. That will hopefully be out by the end of the week, depending on how everything goes. This is my first time recording a video, as I'm sure you can tell. But yeah, so that's hopefully going to be there at the end of the week. In the future, I hope to share more money saving tips, hints, ways that you can make your budget stretch. But this original post and video is simply just what we spend currently. I will also do a updated version if it's useful the next school year, because things do change, and I already know that there is lots of things changing, things that we're going to stop doing, things that we want to try out. So the budget will change. And also, as you can see in the blog I've done, week to week costs change. Just in daily life, things fluctuate. Different costs crop up that maybe are only an annual cost, like curriculum or something like that, and other weeks you will spend the week at home because you're not feeling very well or the weather's rubbish. So the costs really do vary, and so hopefully next year I will also do the same blog and video with the same information so you can see a real difference there. But circling back to my aim for this blog and YouTube channel, I just want to give a really open, honest look at what our lives are like home educating with three children who are neurodiverse on a single income in the UK. And we'll be sharing things from like our daily routine, weekly routine, our goals over the year. Obviously I say goals because anything with three kids, things change, nothing's perfect. Things don't always go to plan, or hardly ever, but that's fine. It's always great for me personally to have goals and have somewhere we're aiming to get to, even if how we get there looks different to how we expected. I like to have things planned out. I am a planner, and that's fine. I just now know with three kids that I have to accept it's not going to go exactly the same way that I planned it to go, and that is fine. As long as we are every day learning, which you do anyway, as a human, you learn no matter what you do every single day, then I am happy. And I think a big thing for me with planning is I can see that progress. I can tick boxes and say, yes, we did this. No, we didn't do this. We did this instead. And so it's a really good record for me personally to just see, to go back on our day and say, okay, we did nothing we planned to do, but we did do this, this and this instead. And that's great. And why is that great? Really looking at those things and saying, well, okay, the boys played really nicely today. There was no arguing. That's a huge win. I baked with my daughter. That's huge. That's great. That's really good quality time. So I think that's a really good thing for me personally is planning. And obviously we can go into that further. But I just wanted to mention that. As for other videos that I'm planning on doing, other blogs that I'm planning on doing, I really want to share subscriptions with you guys that we have used previously, we are currently using, and how we add them to our home ed, how we use them to our advantage when it comes to home ed. So I'm going to do some subscription reviews. I'm also going to share some curriculum that we've loved and some that we haven't loved and why. That doesn't mean it won't work for your child, so that's why I think it's important to share the good and the bad for us, because I might say we hated this curriculum for this reason, and you might listen to that and go, oh, my little boy would love it for that reason. So I think it's important to share that, the good and the bad. I'm hoping to share days out that we've done, groups and clubs that we're doing, that kind of thing as well. Also just our favourite resources, our favourite books. We use a lot of secondhand things, so going into that. We are massive game schoolers, which many of you will hear that and say, what on earth is game schooling? So I'm really excited to delve into that more. And yeah, so if any of that sounds interesting to you, if any of that intrigues you or you want to learn more on, please stick around. It would be lovely if you would have a little read of my first blog and comment. I'd love the feedback. Also comment on this video and let me know what you would love to see on this channel, and I will try my best to fulfill that. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you soon in a future video or chat to you in the comments. Any feedback is really welcome. Thank you, bye.